So you've been told how unhealthy it is to have a vegan pregnancy, how crazy you are to harm your baby, that you're not going to have enough protein, right? Well, I'm here to tell you exactly the opposite, how amazing and easy and healthy it is to have a vegan pregnancy. So if you want to know more, stay here. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm Rachel. I think it's time to introduce myself. I've been vegan for about 8 years now, and I've had two amazing, healthy, natural pregnancies, and I have two beautiful vegan children, obviously. My daughter, she's 2.5 years old, and my son, he's only 4 months old, and they are doing just fine. Vegans are not the only ones who need to be concerned about having a safe and healthy pregnancy. When you eat and consume meat and dairy, you're also consuming hormones, you're consuming antibiotics, you're consuming, I don't know, God knows what those animals go through. But just think about it. All that goes into the body and all that goes to the baby. So that cannot be healthy. On the contrary, a vegan diet, you can be eating French fries, cookies all day long, and obviously you're not going to be healthy. So it really, at the end of the day, comes down to the nutrients and just knowing what you need to eat in order to have a healthy pregnancy, a healthy lifestyle at all. And honestly, it's easy. It's easier than you think. When I had my daughter, there was hardly any information out there on it. You know, when you're thinking about yourself, it's like, okay, I got this. I want to be vegan. Let's do this. Do this for myself. Do this for the earth, for the animals, and your full power. But when suddenly you're thinking about, you know, something that you're growing inside of you or the children that you're raising, then you think twice, three, maybe even 10 times about everything that you do, because you cannot just take any risks with them. So I totally understand that. And I really hope that I can help you out, because I want to normalize veganism, especially when you're pregnant. There's no reason why not to do it. It's just about education and knowing. So let's get to it, okay? I think I talked enough. First things first, you know the question. Where do you get your protein from? Literally anything that you eat contains protein. We're talking about fruits, veggies, seeds, nuts, legumes, tofu, vegan meats such as like vegan hot dogs or vegan burgers, vegan nuggets. You know, there's so many sources out there today. Vegan yogurts, milks. So all of that contains protein. The question is how much you get from each one of them. The highest amount of protein that you're going to get, and the healthiest source probably, would be your legumes. Those are your lentils and chickpeas and black beans and or any type of beans. That's going to have a nice source of protein. Let me just give you an example, okay? 1 cup of chickpeas contains about 15 grams of protein. My daughter, she eats more than that. So just so you kind of get the idea of how little that is and how much you're getting out of it. The highest amount of protein you're going to find is probably in lentils. So lentils contain about 18 grams of protein. That's insane. And they're so delicious. I mean, it's just such a mild taste to it. You can make anything out of it. Soups or just stews, or just eat it like that in salads. There's so much, and these things also have so much other nutrients in them in addition to the protein. That's not the only factor. Beans, you're going to have a high amount of protein. I'm going over these things again, but now I'm kind of telling you how much you're getting out of it. So tofu, you're going to get about 8 grams of protein. Non-dairy milk such as soy milk or pea protein milk or almond milk or whatever has 6 to 8 grams of protein. Vegan processed meats that I was mentioning earlier, they have a high amount of protein also. I don't think it's the healthiest source, but that does it. I mean, I ate that when I had my babies, and it's great. It's healthier than me. Bread has about 4 grams of protein, whole grain, whole wheat bread. You know, you can put it with hummus, you can put it with avocado. You're getting a really nice amount of protein out of that as well. Oatmeal, if you like in the mornings to eat, cereal with milk. There's so many sources, but those are the main ones. And just go and Google and see recipes, or if you're too lazy to cook, you can find, you know, in stores. I loved going to eat Indian food. That was my favorite. And, you know, all those chickpeas and lentils, all those things that I was telling you about. But, you know, that's what I like. I don't know if that's your taste bud. I was eating a lot of protein bars, shakes, smoothies, things like that to get extra calories. So protein, calcium. Calcium is also the one thing that you say, oh, where are you going to get your calcium from? You know, you have to drink your milk. First of all, yeah, you have to drink your milk, but you can drink your vegan milk, and that has a lot of calcium in it. They say that almond milk has 50 times more calcium than cow's milk, and even pea protein milk, which I love personally, does not taste like peas at all, but it has a very high amount of calcium. So that you can get it from very dark green leaves. Sesame seeds has a lot of calcium. If you eat tahini, wow, so much calcium in that. So those are just some options for you, but calcium is something that you want to make sure that you're getting enough, especially when you're pregnant, vegan or not. I'll move on. B12. So B12 is actually, you probably know this if you're vegan, but it's the only vitamin that you cannot find in vegetables or fruits, plant-based diets to say exact. So B12 is actually microbites that are found in dirt, and the animals consume that dirt, we don't. So when you consume the animals, you're getting that source of B12. Or a lot of foods are actually fortified with B12s. But I always say that when you consume something that consumes the B12, you're getting like a third party kind of source. And that couldn't be the best, right? So I just recommend take a supplement. It's easy. I think that's the one thing that all vegans do. You can find B12 also in nutritional yeast, I think a little bit, but the safest, especially if you're carrying a child, go for the B12 supplement. I'll show you what I take, this one. It's B12, but it's by Garden of Life, and it's My Kind Organics, and it's a spray. It's a spray. Just spritz it in your mouth, and that's all you need to do. I love this brand. All of my vitamins are by them. I will recommend them because they have a really nice variety of vegan supplements, and they work for me. I've had them forever, so I would recommend it. So B12, just take a supplement. You should. And if I'm already talking about deficiency, a lot of women are also deficient in D3, which is another source that, vegan or not, you should take a supplement of. And again, it's the same thing. I have a spray, and I also have these chewables. Both of them are from the same brand. You do not have to buy this brand, but when you take D3, you just want to make sure that you're getting a vegan source, because a lot of D3s are not vegan. They're derived from, I think, from sheep's wool. I don't know. So just make sure that it's vegan and that it works. I was deficient. I was deficient in my pregnancy in D3. My doctor just told me supplement on it. That's it. That's all I did, and I'm perfect. And if we're already touching base on the vitamins, one more vitamin that every woman should take, vegan or not. So see, this is just to tell you that there's no difference between you or someone else. Vitamins is something that you want to kind of look into. Now, I know a lot of women do not take vitamins, that they have a really healthy diet, and that's amazing, and you can totally do that. You can totally do that on a plant-based diet, because you're going to get a lot more nutrients than any other source, because you're going to eat all these vegetables and fruits and all these things that have so much of these vitamins. But on the safe side, if you're like me, I like to be on the safe side. I take a prenatal vitamin, and the same brand, they have different types of vegan prenatals. I like this one. It's just one tablet a day. That's all you need to do. I also had these chewable ones. I didn't really love them. They were like these gummies. But yeah, this does it for me. The last supplement that you might want to do is DHA. You don't have to. I kind of went on and off with it. DHA is actually, you know, getting your omegas for brain development and brain support for your baby, but you can totally eat chia seeds and hemp seeds and walnuts, and, you know, lots of nuts and seeds contain a lot of omegas, and that could be just as good. So there I go with my supplements on what you need. Another thing that a lot of women are a little bit more deficient when you're pregnant, and that is iron. So where do you get your iron? A lot of the foods that I've mentioned before do contain iron, but specifically dried fruits have so much iron in them, such as dates and raisins. They have a lot of iron in it. Broccoli has a lot of iron. Almonds have a lot of iron, and my favorite, tahini. You know, sesame seeds, tahini, you just make it, you can make it sweet, you can make it savory, it doesn't matter. It's like a superfood for me, but there's a lot of other sources. So that's like the main things. I always recommend to get your blood work done. I got my blood work done every trimester. So first trimester, second trimester, and third trimester, just to make sure that I'm not deficient in anything. And as I mentioned before, I was deficient in D3. If you do get your blood work, especially because you're vegan, you want to make sure to ask them to check your protein, magnesium, B12, D3, calcium, zinc, iron, folic acid, iodine. They're probably going to check that anyways, but just make sure to tell them that you're vegan and you want to make sure that everything's okay, and that just do that. See how you're feeling, see at your complexion. If you don't feel something's right, call your doctor, let them know, and they'll tell you what to do. But foods and nutrients, that's all you need to know. That's it. That's the points that I wanted to make. If you have any questions, let's have an open discussion about this. If you need to know anything else that I did not touch in this video, if you have any other concerns, please let me know. I would love to help you out and make sure that you're just thriving and having the best pregnancy ever and glowing and not the opposite. And don't be afraid. You're the only one who knows you. You're the only one who knows what you're feeling. You're the only one who knows what's best for you and your baby. So just support yourself and stay with people who support you. I mean, I'm vegan, but a lot of people around me are not vegan. And I did get a lot of the, are you crazy? What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. But I've also got a lot of love and a lot of support from people that were just like, wow, that's so amazing. Like, look at you and you're doing it, and it's incredible and it's inspiring. And I hope that I was able to inspire you and that you will be able to inspire others, and most importantly, just to have this beautiful baby that's growing inside of you grow and grow and come out. And congratulations on that as well. So I hope that I was able to help. If I did, and you enjoyed this and you stayed to this point, I would love for you to like, subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of this kind of information that I'm going to put out there, and comment if you have any questions. Please do. Thanks again for being here. Until next time.